go ahead and open it up to a few questions after that. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, go ahead and make your opening statement.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited to play first real game. It's been a long time just playing each other. You know, that exhibition was a week and a half ago. It's good to do that. We'll play in front of some fans, but this one's for real. We'll have JQ and Jawan back with us. It'll be good to have our full roster for the most part with us. Our guys are looking forward to playing somebody else. You know, it's a tough opener. We go back to year one here. We scheduled a tough opener and then go as planned. So we need to be more locked in, more ready to go. I think we will be. I think we've got our system in place. But again, they're really good. I mean, Lofton will be one of the better players come through Coleman this year. You know, they played a lot of SEC caliber team. They played SEC teams last year, and they beat some SEC teams. So they're a good team, well coached. Fellow Wisconsinite, Eric Congle, does a great job. But you know, they got some fifth-year guys, so they got some experience. You know, we've got some experience as well, but not quite what they have. So I think it's going to be a really good test for us. If we don't play well, you know, they could definitely beat us.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go ahead and take some questions. Let's start with Nick Kelly first.
Yeah, other than a win, what are you hoping to see or learn from your team tomorrow?
We need to see, you know, our defensive intensity. Is it there? We finished third in the country in defensive efficiency last year. That really propelled us to the season we had. So are we going to be locked in? Is everybody going to be doing their job on the defensive end? You know, how good is Quinterly, Shackelford, JD Davidson, you know, those guards, how good are they going to be defensively? How good is Charles, some of our younger bigs? You know, Noah's newcomer to the program. I'm really looking for some intensity on the defensive end. And then also, you know, how well are we going to share the ball? You know, we talked a lot about playing for each other, doing what's best for the team, not looking for your own. I think guys been trying to do that in practice. You know, when the lights come on, are we going to still play that way? So those would be the two biggest things I'm looking for tomorrow.
Charlie Potter, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Talking about JD, where have you seen him maybe exceed your expectations, or where do you still see, you know, room for him to grow?
You know, JD's been really coachable. He's been a great teammate. He's been a little bit more vocal than what I thought maybe he'd be. You know, he's got a really high IQ. He passes the ball great. I mean, he's him and Quinterly are two leading assist guys. You know, he's able to create. He finds our bigs at the rim for easy shots. You know, he's been great that way. I think, you know, biggest room to grow probably is just continuing to work on his shot, which he's done a lot of, and he's getting a lot more comfortable with it. And, you know, the other thing would be just on the defensive end, like most freshmen that haven't had to play at this level, he's been a talented offensive player his whole life, but we got to get him to be, you know, he's got a chance to be an elite defensive player with his athleticism. And, you know, he's big, strong, quick, athletic guard. You know, he could be an elite defender. We just got to get him to keep growing on that end and learning what we want out of him.
Joey Blackwell.
Hey, Coach. Now that it's been 2 weeks since the charity exhibition, looking back, what did you learn most about your team from that game? And over the course of these past 2 weeks, what have you been focusing on in practice and tweaking since that game in preparation for that season?
You know, I mean, we had too many turnovers. We got to take care of the ball better. Did not rebound the ball well for a large part of that game. We didn't shoot it well either, but I think some of that came from we didn't share the ball and get each other great shots all the time. So, and then I think some guys let their offense affect their effort. You know, nobody's going to pitch a perfect offensive game in the game of basketball. I mean, best shooters in the game are missing half their shots. So if you're going to let a few misses affect your effort on the defensive end, we're going to have a long year. So I you know, we've been trying to just preach that stuff, and we'll see where we come. I think we've had some really good practices. I feel like we've had a great week of practice leading into first game. I thought today was really good. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing if it can continue, but we've made strides since that exhibition game.
Go ahead, Tony.
You kind of mentioned it in some of your previous answers, but how long did it take for guys like JD and Noah to kind of really get used to Alabama's brand of basketball, to really start playing what you consider Alabama basketball?
You know what? I think JD obviously watched us play since we've got here from the state of Alabama. He's really athletic. When I recruited him, I made the point to him, like, listen, JD, if we were out in the middle of nowhere, on the opposite side of the country, if we were in Montana, Washington, where I think this would be the best program for you because of the way we play. The fact that we're 2 hours up the road is just icing on the cake. And I still feel like that. The way we play, we were the fastest high major team in the country. The floor is spaced. We take a lot of threes. It opens the floor up for him to use his athleticism. So, he was built to play this way. He still had to learn how to play this way. He had to learn how to read when to drive, when not. When you do drive, what are all the reads to make? Where are the guys going to be spaced? And he's figured it out. I mean, he's getting pretty good. You saw how good he was in the exhibition game. And then I think the biggest area he had to grow in is on the defensive side of the ball, and we're still working with him on that. And he's going to get better, and he's going to continue to grow on that all year. Noah, we play a little faster, a little more open, maybe a little more free than they did at Furman. I think they had a great program at Furman. Shoot, they almost beat us, but and he was able to take threes, and they used his skill level. But I think he'll be able to play even more on the perimeter. It's just a different style, and he had to figure out what a good shot, what a bad shot is in our system, and he's starting to figure that out. Last week was the best shooting week he's had since he's been here, so he's coming around right at the right time.
Let's go next to Mike Rodak.
You'll have the ceremony tomorrow night for Luke. Just what would it be like, not having him anymore? And obviously they're going back to a full crowd this year, but not having Luke around.
Yeah, it's kind of a sad deal, to be honest. Ever since I got here, you walk in, sometimes you walk in for shoot around 4 hours before a game, and he's already in the stand, setting stuff up, fired up, ready to go. As the more I got to know him, I'd go over there, talk to him for a few minutes, tell him what game plan was. So gonna miss him up there. I mean, it's sad to think about it. I think the school's done a great job. Administration's been great with honoring him. His parents are in town today. They'll be here for the game tomorrow. It'll be special to honor him, but we're gonna really miss him. Hopefully the new student leader, can pick up where he left off, and it'd be great if the students here honored him in a meaningful way, to show up early before the game. They're gonna honor him about 15, 20 minutes before the game. So if we could pack that student section full 30 minutes before the game and just really give him, the respect that he deserves and that we'd all love to see. I know the video that they've got, they're going to show, kind of bring a tear to your eye. So, it'll be nice to recognize him. Hopefully we can get a win for him and, kind of keep the spirit of what he was about around this program moving forward.
Okay, looks like we have one more question left in the queue. So let's finish up with Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach, I've got two. You talked about having a full roster. Just do you have an update on Alex Chiku? And then kind of going off of what Mike said, what's it going to be like to finally have, a full crowd and playing in front of fans tomorrow?
Well, it'll be great to play in front of a full crowd. I mean, it's been a long time coming. Obviously, the exhibition game, we had a decent crowd for an exhibition game, but that's not a real game, so didn't expect to sell out or anything like that. But, for us to break the record for season ticket sales is great. For, hopefully the student section's sold out. It'd be great to pack this place completely full after the year we had last year, just with everybody anticipating what we're going to have this year. And our players will be fired up for it. I'm fired up for it. It's part of what makes college sports. Like, you get student section, get a full house, people cheering the guys on, and kind of the energies in the building will be great. Alex Chiku, health-wise, is coming along. He's actually going to be not able to play in the first two games. He had a suspension that he's got to serve in the first two games, and that's all I'm going to say about it. He'll be coming off that in game 3, and still working to get himself back in shape. But we'll see where he's at come game 3. So that's where we're at.
All right. Thank you, Coach.